Liverpool reminded of Thiago quality as Jürgen Klopp loses control ahead of key Man City clash. Liverpool looks set to be without Thiago for the Man City game, as well as the Champions League trip to Porto. Jürgen Klopp has lost midfield control without him. The prevailing outlook on Liverpool's midfield has veered wildly throughout the summer and into the autumn months. Jorginho Wijnaldum appeared to leave a gaping hole when he left for PSG. But as time passed, the mood palpably began to shift towards a feeling that it might just be all right. Particularly once it became clear that Jürgen Klopp viewed Harvey Elliott as a midfield option. However, the teenager is now out for the long term, and the remaining options all have at least some kind of question mark over their heads. The injury to Thiago Alcantara has brought the concerns about the centre of the park to the fore once again. In one sense, the impact Thiago's absence has had on the team is a good thing. It shows exactly how important the Spaniard has become. This could not have been said throughout much of last season. Where his bad luck with injury and illness meant he could barely get a sustained run in the side. The fact he is now being missed so much demonstrates that he has truly arrived at Liverpool. Albeit belatedly, when available, he is a key cog in Klopp's machine. The manager faces a serious headache if Thiago is to miss the Man City game, as looks likely. The foundations for this settling in were laid during the back end of the last campaign. Where Thiago put together an almost under-the-radar string of games to help guide Liverpool into the Champions League places. The plaudits went mostly to the likes of Mohamed Salah, Nat Phillips and, of course, Alisson, but the former Bayern Munich man was equally important. In particular, his link-up with Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold down the right-hand side made Liverpool a potent and controlling threat down that flank. Against Brentford, there was no semblance of control on the right. A lot of the threat did still come down this side. Indeed, Liverpool often looked lopsided. However, in the absence of Thiago, chaos reigned. Jordan Henderson and Curtis Jones were both eager to get forward. Searching for a kind of Steven Gerrard moment, which, to be fair, Jones managed to provide. In the meantime, huge gaps appeared, and Brentford certainly capitalized. Thiago is not a defensive midfielder, but his more reserved, tempo-dictating mindset is the ideal complement to Fabinho. When the Brazilian is behind two ball-chasing terriers like Jones and Henderson, he is often left facing an oncoming storm of opposing attackers. He is one of the best in the world at number 6, but when the system fails him he is as helpless as the next man. When Thiago is out there, offering control when in possession and scrappy, momentum-breaking challenges when out of it. There is a double layer of protection that makes Klopp's side look infinitely more assured. Some of the best games against Man City have descended into basketball-like contests. The 4-3 comes to mind. However, many more have turned into routs, with Liverpool not always on the nice end of them. In an ideal world, Klopp will want to control the play on Sunday. This will be much harder without Thiago. Pep Guardiola has his side pressing relentlessly so far this campaign. And it will be a struggle to play through it without the metronomic presence of his former Barcelona charge. Klopp may well have to throw out the same team that drew with Brentford and hope Salah has got his best finishing boots on, resigned to an end-to-end contest. Thankfully, the season is long, and is not defined by a single game against Man City. The standard is high in the Premier League, making matches against fellow title contenders very important. But Guardiola's side have already dropped points against Southampton and Tottenham, while Klopp has of course drawn with Brentford. These results against teams outside the top 4 are far more likely to prove decisive in who lifts the trophy come the end of the season. The international break follows the Man City game, after which Thiago should hopefully be back in contention. There's no need to overreact about the Brentford result. But Jürgen Klopp will know that Liverpool's loss of control had at least something to do with the Spaniards' absence.